What's on YouTube? It's PTT coming at you with another Destiny video, and today guys we carry on the Rise of Iron talk in the way of the Khvostov. Now you all know what this is guys, but in case you do not, I'm going to pull up a bit of gameplay of it now. It is the first assault rifle we got in game. In fact, it's the first of any gun we got in game after we got awoken by our ghost, and it is coming back in Rise of Iron Year 3 as an exotic. Now thanks to Game Informer we actually have a few ideas on how it is coming back to us and how we're going to obtain it, and I'm going to cover that right now. So I quote, "One of the ways Bungie is playing up on the nostalgia is by reintroducing this gun through a quest chain that takes place back through the early areas of the game. Players will be able to pick up the quest to earn the new exotic Khvostov 7GOX in several different ways. Similar to how players discovered last year's Sleeper Simulant, players will periodically find Khvostov weapon parts as they explore Rise of Iron's new Plagueland zone. These weapon parts will be randomly hidden in chests or be random rewards for participating in the new Archon's Forge battle arena." And guys, if you don't know what the Archon's Forge is, I will be bringing out a video in the next couple of days, so make sure to smash that subscribe button and stay tuned for it. Players only need to find one of these weapon parts, but when they turn it into one of Rise of Iron's new quest givers, it will kick off a chain of events that eventually has players completing a new mission to retrieve the upgraded Khvostov. Alternatively, players can acquire Khvostov weapon parts by scrapping their original Khvostov, assuming they hung onto the one for the last 2 years. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I did indeed hang onto mine, as I believe a lot of you may know. I love this weapon. It was one of those things I thought, you know what, this is the first gun, I'm going to keep it. I also, for a very long time, kept my first lot of Titan armor that I had. That is still in my vault as well. But back to it. "We've devised that mission to take you back through those original spaces," said Paradis. "Sure, you've seen them a lot since, but you haven't gotten Ghost's perspective on it." So he's talking about the time he found you, and remember when we were first here? The Khvostov was the everyman's gun, and we still want it to be the everyman's gun. We want this to be your exotic and really tell the story of the Guardian and how far you've come. And guys, it really does sound amazing. The fact they're bringing this back as an exotic and the fact that there are going to be so many different ways to tweak this weapon, it's going to be an amazing thing to have. I think it is going to be a very good weapon for PvP. A lot of you guys remember, or I hope a lot of you guys remember, Year 1 Crucible. This weapon was insanely good. Let's move on then and talk a little bit about some of the new perks and customization that will come with this weapon. So I'm going to pull up a screenshot now that Game Informer dropped, and you can see there is an awful lot here. So let's start off then. As you can see on the very left hand side above the infusion, it is a lightweight weapon. So we actually get the lightweight bonus, giving us +2 boost to our agility. Next to that then we have the scopes, and there are going to be 2 scopes here. You're going to have the classic scope, which is the original Khvostov scope optimized for range and stability, and you're going to get the modernized scope. So this will grant additional zoom and target acquisition. Really cool that they're bringing back the old scope but also giving us a new one for those of you who don't like the broken look of the original. If we move on then to firing modes, there are 3, and these is really where the Khvostov gets very interesting, because the first one is fully automatic, so it sets firing behavior to fully automatic. The second one is burst fire, sets firing behavior to burst. And the third one is semi-auto, sets firing behavior to semi-automatic with higher muzzle velocity. So basically guys, we are getting an assault rifle. There is also a pulse rifle and a scout rifle. So depending on what situation you're on and how you like to play the game, you can have all 3 weapons in one. That is really cool, and I think that that on its own, combined with the impact, rate of fire, range and things like that, this is going to be a very good all-round weapon. Let's move on then to the frame options. There are 3 here. We have hammer forged for improved range and accuracy. We have rifled barrel for increased range but slower reload. And we have braced frame. This will increase the stability but reduce the magazine size. Some really, really good talent. I'm thinking division again. Some really good perks there when it comes to the frame option. I think, personally, I would probably go for Hammerforged with the improved range and accuracy. I've never been one for rifled barrel. Sure, the range would be nice, but the slower reload I'm not over keen on. Braced frame, increased stability. The Khvostov doesn't have the best of base stabilities, but, you know, after a bit of gameplay, I don't know. I think, like I say, I'm going to have to wait until I've played with the weapon to decide what way I'm going to go. But it is going to be a choice between Hammerforged and Braced Frame. Move on to the extras then. So you have an extended mag. Now, you might not think that you need an extended mag with the base magazine size of 31. But when we move on to some of the other mods on this weapon, you will understand why it is in there. We have Counterbalance. This weapon has increased stability. Again, a very good extra to have on the weapon. If you were to opt for, say, Hammerforged and go for the range and accuracy, then you could put Counterbalance on for the stability. And finally, you have Rangefinder. Aiming this weapon increases its effective range. We all know how brutal Rangefinder can be on things like shotguns. Whether it's going to be any good on the assault rifle, again, we will have to wait to find out, guys. But let's move on to almost the final drop down part, and that is the RPM. So you can actually select two rates of fire. So you have 450 RPM first, sets the firing behavior to 450 rounds per minute, and it gives you, it grants bonus range. The second one is 900 RPM, sets firing behavior to 900 rounds per minute, but it does grant bonus stability. Now again, if you're running, say, the 900 RPM, you are going to absolutely blitz through ammo, guys. So you're probably going to want to be running things like extended mag. You then definitely won't want to run braced frame because of the reduced magazine size. Yeah, there's so many ways you can mod this gun, you know, guys. I think it's going to be very, very interesting to see how it plays. Different situations, PvE, PvP. I can't wait to get my hands on it. Finally then, the last drop down one is Ornaments. The final column on the right represents the gun's ornaments. This feature is new to Rise of Iron. We don't know much about the Khvostov's ornaments at this point, but we do know that once players find the requisite items to activate the ornament, they will be able to change the way the gun looks. Players will also be freely able to switch between these ornaments after they have been unlocked. So, still not a massive amount of information on ornaments. There are a few speculations that we can turn the weapon into kind of Seaver looking weapons, but again, guys, until we get more information, let's keep the speculation away from it and just accept the fact that ornaments are going to change the way weapons look. We're not going to be locked down to only picking one of them. That's really, really cool. Like I said, I've said it enough. I cannot wait to get my hands on this weapon. What do you guys think? Are you excited for the return of the Khvostov? Do you like how customizable the weapon is going to be? Let me know in the comments section down below. Guys, if you found the video helpful, smash that thumbs up button. Let me know in the comments in the section down below. As I've said, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. There are plenty more Destiny and Division videos coming your way. And as always, Guardians, thank you very much for watching. Until the next video, I'll catch you all soon.